Go.
My name is Elvis Banks. I'm a student, a master's student at Grand Canyon University. I'm here to discuss what is the disposition of a successful teacher. A successful teacher is someone who knows how to disseminate information in a manner whereby kids can learn. It's not enough just to teach the information. The kids must be able to comprehend what you're teaching. So the disposition of a teacher, one of the primary dispositions is not only be competent in your field and know what you're talking about, but having the patience to work with your students to make sure that they understand the material. They need to be able to read and to decipher exactly what you're saying. You need to be patient because everyone is not going to grasp the material right away. You have to find different ways to assess the student's comprehension. You also have to show the kids that you're sensitive to their needs and differences. Every child is unique, and we cannot teach every child the same way. Each child is strong in certain areas, and therefore we must find an area that the child is strong in, whether that child is reading, audio, video, whatever that child needs to try to help that child to learn. What do I need to work on? I need to work on knowing how to reach every child individually. You have to know your students. Teaching to some degree is like a baseball coach. You have to know what a player's weakness and strength is. And therefore, the same thing with a student. You have to know what a student's weak area is, strength is. Some students are more temperamental than others. Some students you can talk to in certain ways. How do you engage the children? How do you engage? What is their learning style? When do you motivate a child? When do you discourage a child? You have to try to understand what each child's needs are in order to try to meet those children's needs. Anytime you're teaching, you can always have a diversity. Some children you can talk to in a more personalized way. Others you have to keep it more professional. Some kids you can use Malcolm X, for example, to teach them about oppression. Others you may have to use something less ethnocentric. So you always have to be aware of the children's differences. That's something that I'm having to work on. What does a professional educator look like? A professional educator looks like somebody who knows how to come into a class, maintain control of that class, make sure the children know that they're respected, that they're loved, that they're cared for. It's like an authoritative parent. You know that they're loved, you want the children to know they're loved and cared for, but at the same time, they must do their work. And therefore, you're going to make sure that they have high expectation for themselves because you exhibited high expectation for them yourself. I believe in students. I used to be a struggling student in Mississippi. I scored a 14 on the ACT. I flunked the 8th grade twice. I was not a good student, and therefore I know a lot of kids are full of self-doubt. That's what it is to be a teenager. A lot of kids do not believe in themselves. They believe that other kids are superior because they do not share those other kids' anxieties. My job as a teacher is to motivate the students to believe in themselves, to put forth an effort that they can see that the effort will redound to their benefit. If you put forth the work, you'll reap the reward. The standard that guide me is that I believe in these kids. I know that our children are highly intelligent, that they're capable of doing anything that other kids are doing. These are the future doctors, lawyers, accountants, engineers of the future. And that even though they may not believe in their ability to be highly intelligent, I believe that they are. I know that it's a process, that they don't know in the 8th grade what they would know in the 12th grade, and they won't know in the 4th grade what they would know in college. And it's an ongoing process. And if these kids can believe that they're going to continue to learn and grow and commit themselves to that, then they will reach the goals that they aspire to reach. That is my belief as a teacher. That's the disposition that I have. Thank you.